Good afternoon, everybody. Buenas tardes. Mi amigos just said España. Good afternoon, everyone. It's actually from European Communication Services. Lovely afternoon here in Spain. Anyway, I thought I'd go live again to carry on discussing the joys of Spain. So that the previous video didn't end up as like 45, 50 minutes long. Because the last video, just over 13 minutes, I could have carried on in. So, what are the joys of Spain? I'll just quickly recap what I said there were previously in the previous live video. Friendly people, laid-back lifestyle, great weather, often lower prices of food and shopping, so lower cost of living, often lower property costs, the culture, the history. A lot of people say the joys of Spain as the beach, the coast, the landscape, the wildlife. These are all joys of Spain. Spain is a beautiful, often laid-back, friendly country and a great place to live. So what will I cover? The beaches for a minute. I'm going to cover the beaches. As you may have noticed in some of the comments in the previous video, the sea. For example, 3 years ago now, in fact, it would be late March, early April. No word of a lie. Me and my brother Richard were snorkeling in the Med down near San Juan de los Terros. It's one off. I think we did a good 6, 7, 8 snorkeling dips overall times, and the sea wasn't cold. You weren't cold when you got out. You dried off lovely. So yeah, you could be in the sea, use the sea in Spain on the Mediterranean coast, further south, admittedly, for a long time. The coast is one of Spain's greatest assets. I mean, you've got lovely beaches, a lovely coastline. I mean, you take the drive from Majaca to San Juan de los Terros on the coastal road, and you are going with some beautiful mountain range beside you, cliffs dropping off into some stunning, I do mean stunning, bays on the Mediterranean. So you've got beautiful countryside, beautiful beaches, beautiful coastline. The sea is warm for a long time of the year. I mean, you're able to use the sea not just to snorkel, scuba dive, swim. It's great for your water sports. I mean, you take in Gruch and Eros, which is about 7 and a bit k's from our base in Torre. You've got a marina. You've got another marina in Villaricas. You've got jet ski hire out of Gruch again. The sea is a big, big joy of Spain. Even if you live inland, you're often not that far from the coast. I mean, most people in Spain live close to the coast. I know someone's going to say, well, that's quite common around the world. Yes, it is. With the exception of a few big cities, most major Spanish cities, towns and villages are on the coast. Yes, there are small ones inland, beautiful areas inland, no denying it. Getting up into the mountains inland or mountains on the coast is beautiful. I mean, I'm not joking. You've got, in Spain, mountain chains that literally run into the sea. Sierra Calabria basically does that. It stops just shy of the sea at Majaca. So there's a mountain range running along the coast from Villaricas way up towards San Juan de los Terros. So yeah, the coast, the beaches, the sea itself, the sea life. I mean, the amount of times I've not had the pleasure yet personally, but the amount of times you'll see people posting and saying, oh, the dolphins are up near Majaca, or the dolphins are near X, the dolphins are near Y. Killer whales, yes, sharks, octopus, squid, eels, all sorts. And we're not talking the little slimy eels you might find in English viewers. We are talking things like conger eels, and I think it's conger eels, and Richard, my brother, would correct me as he's the diver. But yeah, but we are talking a beautiful coast with great warm sea. Not saying the sea is warm all year round, but the sea is warmer than it would be the North Sea, the English Channel, the Atlantic around England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, etc. And the sea is usable. I think you can swim in it comfortably for a lot longer period of time. So yeah, the coast is, and the beaches are, since most people will say, oh, the joys of Spain, definitely the beaches. Yeah, no argument. No argument at all. The beaches, the landscape. I mean, it's a bird spotter's paradise. I mean, Andalusia, with its closeness to Africa, is often on many of the migratory birds that migrate from Africa to Europe's flight paths. So the bird spotters love it. Yeah, so as I say, the wildlife's great. Yeah, talking of wildlife, there are wolves in Spain. Granted, this is on the north coast, on the Atlantic, Basque region, etc. The north coast running towards Portugal and that area. Spain has bears. The Pyrenees, I can't think its full name, Pyrenees something bear, that lives in the Pyrenees. Again, they're quite endangered, unfortunately, which is a shame, but they do exist and they are there. Never had the pleasure of seeing them again, but that's a shame. Yeah. Another thing, excuse me 1 second. As I say, so that's the landscape, the coast, the wildlife, the beaches, the climate, the cost of living. The joys of Spain are many, and we're not kidding. I mean, the festivals, the culture. I mean, you take history for a minute. If you're a history buff, Spain has been home to Carthaginians, Romans, the Moors, obviously the Spanish, numerous groups. For example, many of the Spanish coastal forts, for example, there's a coastal fort between Villaricos and San Juan de los Terros, were built to deter the Barbary pirates off the Barbary coast of Africa. I name pronounce that. So Spain has got an incredible history. Yeah. Hello, whoever's watching. Spencer. So there's the history. I mean, referring back to the history, I mean, many towns have the more, and I mentioned this in the previous video, but you've got festivals such as the Moors and Christian Festival, which celebrate the history of the Moors period, the Reconquistador, when the Spanish kingdoms, because at that period it wasn't one unified Spain, kicked the Moors out. So yeah, and I mean, you're still finding, even now, Roman ruins in Spain. I mean, for example, there's a Roman villa ruins I personally seen up in Tossa del Mar, up in Catalan province of Spain, Catalan Comunidad, the province of Spain. There are Roman ruins. I mean, I think it's now the second largest geode, for example, ever discovered was found in Spain in Pulpy. And Pulpy's not too far from us here in Torre. So yeah, Spain is home to great history. I mean, the world's oldest operational, and I am talking operational lighthouse, not oldest lighthouse that still stands or anything, but it's physically, not only still stands, but it's working, is in Spain. The Pillars de Hercules. I can't pronounce the province's name. I think it's Corroborera or something, but I won't swear to that. But yeah. So yeah, Spain has a fascinating, long, rich history. This leads and has led into a fascinating, rich culture. As I said in the previous video, many aspects of the culture are tailored to the Spanish weather. The lifestyle, again, is tailored to the climate. The abundance of seafood, because obviously there's a very abundant source of seafood in the Mediterranean. And a big chunk of Spain's population live now, and have for many, 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 many years, lived on the Mediterranean coast. The Mar de Mediterranean. Mar de Mediterranean? I think that's pronounced right. So yeah, siestas, the laid-back lifestyle. Yes, people go, the Spanish are like mañana. Yeah, they can be, but at the same time, everyone has that thing. So yeah, the laid-back lifestyle though is as much, and the relaxed culture is as much tied to the history as it is to the landscape and the climate. But yeah, Spain is one of them countries where if you think you know it, you're kind of right, but there's always more to discover. Andalusia, even within Andalusia, Almería has many, many differences as a province to Granada. Granada has many differences as a province to the Malaga province. Never mind then to the Murcia Comunidad and province, or the Valencia. Spain has such a varied culture. I mean, many of the things people associate with Spain, flamenco dancing, comes from Andalusia. There are other things, but I'm not going to touch on them just because they're a more controversial topic. I think you know what I'm referring to, but I'm avoiding it. But yeah, Spain is a country that's really lovely to live in most of the time. There are downsides. Every country has downsides, but in my experience, and most people we've ever moved over years experience, the downsides are well outweighed by the upsides. I mean, you take housing. How many houses in the UK have a pool? That man not just having a pool, but have a pool that you can use from somewhere like 6 to 8 months of the year. Longer if you have a heated pool. How many houses in the UK have olive trees? Olive trees. These are all common features in many of the larger rural villas. you'll often get a larger, your house can often be, by the square footage, a lot bigger than you'd get in the UK for similar or even less. As I say, previously mentioned, the cost of property is often lower here, which is, along with the cost of living being often lower, can be said to be one of the huge joys of Spain for a lot of people because of, well, your money goes further. Your money going further enables you to do more. I mean, as mentioned in the previous video, due to the great climate, you're able to be out and about, drinking during the day if you wish to, or even just have a coffee or a Coke in a bar or a cafe in December and January and sat outside doing it. Not inside huddled under a heater or something, no, outside. Many people, Brits, not the Spanish so much, but Brits, French, etc., will be in their shorts and t-shirts. I mean, referring back to the weather, I mean, last night before, and many nights before as well, I was out by myself walking Shaggles and Nelson, our dogs. 9 o'clock, dark, October, Tour Spain, shorts and t-shirt, and I wasn't cold. In fact, I had a jumper on last night, but I was sweating because of it. So yeah, even in October, even in early October, at night, the weather means I can go out and about in shorts and t-shirt at 9 o'clock when it's dark. So that's a great example of how good the weather over here is. I mean, people often cite 320 days of sunshine on average. Many areas on the Mediterranean coast have an average of 15 to 20 degrees Celsius summer daytime, winter daytime temperatures, sorry. I don't know what I said somewhere. The summer's obviously a lot hotter. Yeah. Yeah. 1 second. So yeah, that's some more joys of Spain. The great coast, definitely. The great lifestyles, the history, the culture, the laid backness. I mean, yeah, the siesta can take a bit to get used to the siesta mindset and the mañana mindsets until you're used to it. But they're just an example of the more laid back attitude you'll find in big chunks of Spain. That's not a good bad thing. That's one of the reasons a lot of people come to Spain. They want a more relaxed, laid back lifestyle. So it's a great joy of Spain to many, many, many people. Another, as I say, you got the great weather. The great weather. I keep mentioning the great weather, I know. Right, where were we? Another joy of Spain, as I say, was the history. The history, the culture, the festivals, the laid-back lifestyle, the great weather, the lower cost of living, the lower property costs as average. The fact that with these lower property costs as average, you can get a larger property with more facilities such as a swimming pool than you would for a similar sort of money in the UK. I mean, your money goes a lot further on property. Your money can go a lot further often on your food. Your money will go a lot further even on string. So it sounds like your internet. I mean, in Zurich, we pay less than €30 a month for broadband internet and landline. Sorry, not broadband internet, my apologies. Fiber optic internet, 300 megabytes. And we're paying less than €30 a month. We're paying less, equivalent exchange rate, than we would for a lesser service in the UK than we were getting. So, yeah. So, Spain is a brilliant place to live, in my opinion. And hopefully, I've been discussing and outlining the reasons in sufficient detail to see why I think that, and why a lot of people think that. I mean, where should you come to live in Spain? Well, that is up to you. I mean, everywhere in Spain's got different reasons to live there. I mean, do you want to live in a traditional seaside town, a Spanish traditional seaside town, or do you want to live inland? Do you want to live in a big city? Spain seems to, and often does have something for almost anybody. I mean, you get people who want to live in the big cities like Barcelona, Madrid, Valencia. And then you'll get people who want to live in smaller towns and cities, let's say Albox, your Gruches, your Hackers. Then you have people who want to live rural. And rural areas, you get some very lovely big villas. And one of these lovely villas, we often have several acres of land, orange trees, olives, swimming pool. I mean, most properties in Spain where there's space will have a swimming pool of some nature, whether it's a community pool or the property's own. So yeah, but yeah. Right, I think without rambling on too long, that's the end of this one again. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have another great day. Carry on with a great afternoon. Adios, luego, hasta luego, mi amigos. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now. I forgot what I meant to stream.